Welcome back to the 5th episode of Not Fully Qualified.
We're on a roll.
Yeah, we are on a roll. I'm Sara. This is Taylor. And this podcast is about owning the fact that none of us know what the heck we're doing, but growing and learning together.
At any time in life, we're both learning each and every day.
Yes. Ding. So let's talk about just some quick updates from the past week. We're actually recording on a Tuesday night instead of a Sunday morning because we went to a concert, which we'll get into.
Because we got out on the town.
Because mom and dad were out late.
And we were too tired to record on Sunday. True story.
We were too tired and just want to be able to give you that energy that you deserve. So we decided to wait till we were recharged and record on a different night. So let's talk about, I guess, the week and a couple of days that we've had so far. So for me, my self-development coach, she just launched her podcast program last week. So I started that. So I'm really excited to learn and grow through that and hopefully make our podcast even more amazing every day. And then we also posted our episode 4 last week, and it was about our health and fitness journey. And I was looking for a picture of us. I was trying to find a picture of us working out together.
Yeah, you gave me a really hard thing, because now people are really expecting that I'm going to be just like jacked and tan at our wedding, and I'm not.
To give you some context, I was trying to look for a picture of us working out together. I couldn't really find any. I found either solo pictures or kind of weird, funny pictures, but none of us together. And the only one that finally came up was back in 2020 when, probably in the early days of us starting to work out together, but it was during the COVID lockdown. We were working out in a friend's storage unit, and Taylor has a six-pack, and I still can't flex to this day, but I'm trying to flex. So it was just kind of a funny photo. So I was like, sure, I'll use that. And then all of our friends started commenting like, whoa, Taylor's so jacked. I was like, oh no, I think I set the bar kind of high. I think they're expecting
It's okay. It gives me something to get back to.
At the wedding.
It gives me something to work back towards. I've been trying to lose a couple extra pounds now, so this will jumpstart my, to get me, like we talked about last week, get me on the program.
Yeah.
Well, which I've already started. You've
never stopped being on the program, but I feel like there's different levels of the program.
Right. I've definitely eased off. Back in that 2020, I was like going.
Yeah, and I think it was, I want to say it was probably around summer, so you're very much into the shred summer, and then what do you call it for the winter time?
You bulk up for the winter time.
Yeah, the bulk. So
the winter bulk.
Yeah, you were right in the peak of your shred, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're pretty chiseled, but
yeah.
People didn't realize that he has kind of a beard in it, so obviously it's not from really recent times, but it's just kind of funny that people were like, whoa, Taylor. I was like, oh no.
It's okay.
I set the bar high for you.
I'll get back to it.
No pressure. No pressure.
Just give me a week.
Yeah. And then we also had our timeline call for our wedding with our wedding planner. So we're in a good place. But I'm also it's actually kind of hit me today that we're like 5 weeks out from the wedding. So then I started being like, is everything in a good place? Is what else do I need to be working on?
All you need to do
Small
is
details.
Just show up on October 18th and you're good to go.
Says the guy who hasn't really planned anything. It's not exactly the case.
You know where you need to be, right? You need to be in this area of California on this date, and the rest is, as they say, c'est la vie.
But you don't want to get overconfident and have the last play be when you drop the ball. You know what I mean? Like, I've come this far. I've put in this much like heart into it, blood, sweat, tears that I want to see it through to the finish line. So that's exciting though, and we have a few things coming up, like you have your suit fitting with the guys this Sunday.
Yep, hopefully everyone shows up on time and everyone likes suits. Bryce already said that he really liked the beige, so we already got the sign off on that.
Great.
Hopefully everyone else likes it, but
yeah.
Well, do I care?
If they do,
no.
even if they don't, this is what we're wearing. I think it's very tasteful.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I think it's gonna look timeless when I'm there.
Yeah. And then I think just finalizing what people are wearing is kind of a big thing. My mom's still trying to figure out what she's wearing. It's a little bit of a stressor. I think my bridesmaids are also trying to finalize what they're wearing. And today we actually forgot to mention we have an extra special guest,
Mr. Jinx.
Mr. Jinx. I mean, his name is just Jinx, but we call him Mr. Jinx. He hasn't been on any of the podcasts before.
Only Jet has.
Decided to make an appearance tonight since he's in his, what I call his lazy boy box, where he likes to lounge every night.
Only Jet has made his appearance. Jinx hasn't.
I also got to have a breathwork session with one of my friends who I made in my self-development group, so that was pretty cool. My intention was to focus on basically finding my voice more, which is this podcast has been helping me do that, and this path that I've been on has been helping me do that. But it was a pretty cool experience, and I did actually feel a lot of tension in my throat, which made sense. And then we kind of worked through that, and I felt like I released a lot of it. So
that's good.
It was a good experience. I liked it. Sorry, it wasn't breath work, it was somatic work, to be correct, but it included some breath work in it. And somatic work is getting back into your body, which I find very interesting as someone who is trying to become a yoga teacher. There's a lot of similarities, but there's definitely differences too.
Nice. Well, last week, it's kind of weird to touch on last week when we're already into this week, but last week was the start of fantasy football. Had 2 drafts. They were on Wednesday night. We went back to back. It was pretty brutal. It was like 2.5 hours or 3 hours worth of drafting.
I feel like you guys used to make a whole thing of it, and now it's kind of like, let's just get it done.
Yeah, it's kind of just get it done. Because everyone's like, well, in the one league, it's all my friends from college, so they're kind of still into it. They do like the teams call and whatnot. And then the other league's friends from high school. A lot of them are now
dads,
and it's getting late, and they just hurry up and get the draft over with. Yeah. But had the 2 drafts. First draft went. I thought it went well, but then I got my report card back and I got a D. Oh. So didn't do so hot, I guess, on that one, which I thought I did really well.
How do you get the report card?
It gets automatically sent to you from whichever league you're in, like Yahoo. I know they send it. ESPN, they don't do a draft report card.
Okay.
They do like projections on how you're going to finish. And so, Yahoo, I got a D. Fast forward to this week, I got absolutely crushed in that league. Like, I think the guy I played had 150 points, and I think I had 95 or 101 or something like that. Yeah, terrible. And then the second league, with all the friends from high school, on ESPN, had a decent draft, and that was a keepers league. So you have to keep one player from the previous year on your roster. And I had to decide between Lamar Jackson, A.J. Brown, Christian McCaffrey, and Nico Collins. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this means much to you, but anyways.
I mean, I know the names. Right, you know the names.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey. And you've had Christian McCaffrey
yeah, he's
for
been
a
my
long
keeper for 4 years, and he's been diehard, 4 years, I think. And just the last couple seasons, he's been terrible, plagued with injuries.
Yeah, just because all the injuries.
And so I made the decision to not go with Christian McCaffrey and keep Lamar. So
and are you happy with that?
Lamar showed up this past weekend.
And didn't he get another
injury? He was
injured.
He was injured, but he did end up playing. But he only got 20-ish points. Lamar, I think, had 30-something points. So
nice. Okay.
Definitely first week, Lamar was a good pick. This other league that I was in, I was projected to win, and then the projections swayed the other way, and I was going to lose. But then last night, I lost it in the last minute because the Vikings just stormed down the field and just destroyed everything. In the last quarter, we turned it off in the fourth quarter, and they were just they just went on a riot, and I ended up losing.
The witching hour.
Yeah, the witching
right?
hour. Yeah,
Isn't that what that guy says?
Yes, as Scott Hansen says in Red Zone. But yeah, the witching hour got me. That's where wins become losses and losses become wins, and that definitely happened to me last night.
That's tough. So that's a little bit of a rocky way to start your
fantasy football. So fantasy football right now, I'm 0-1 and 0-1. And the league that I lost last night, the ESPN league, I was second place last year. So
yeah,
not off to a good start.
Before,
I was champion.
Yeah.
Champion. I was almost back to back.
Also, okay, so I have never played fantasy football. It's a little too much for me to upkeep with that. How does each league choose how they set it up? Like, how come one of them decides to do the keeper thing, and then one of them?
It depends on what you want to do as a league, as you know what you're playing. It's kind of fun to play a keepers league because then it's almost like you build the team around one solo player. So that's kind of fun because then that eliminates the first round pick for every single person. Other people don't like doing that because they want to get a chance at getting the best player in the league. Other times it's fun to do this because if you have, like, Christian McCaffrey was the number 1 drafted running back for a couple of years in a row. So I had the number 1 drafted running back on my team every single year. So it just depends on how you want to play.
And then what do you get from this? So there's a buy-in, and then
first
place wins?
First place wins, obviously a big pot. Second place will get a little bit of the money, and then third place generally gets their money back. Okay. So that's how both leagues
in both of your leagues?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, one of my leagues, I think first place was going to get either $1,300 or $1,200.
Okay.
Which is solid.
And do any of them have trophies? Isn't there like a trophy you guys pass around?
My league with all the high school friends, we have a trophy. It gets passed around. You get your name put on the plaque. So my name is up there 2 times.
Nice.
It was almost going to be up there for a three-peat. I would be the only one with a three-peat.
Really?
I'd be the only one with the three-peat.
Well, you never know, because I
still can get it. I feel
like there was a time where you peaked too soon.
Yeah, I mean,
so maybe this is like
anything can happen in fantasy. So I mean, the world's my oyster.
Start from the bottom now.
The world's my oyster. So, but I'm trying to get that three-peat.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Well, that's exciting. We're excited that football is back. We love football in our house.
Woo!
Any wins or fails to report from this past week?
Okay, I got some fails. I did post this, but I'll give you a little sneak peek. So last week we were going to meal prep, and I was meal prepping.
This is on our Fail Forward Fridays that we just started. So that's on Instagram and YouTube, so check it out.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel and share with your friends because it really helps the algorithm. We'd really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we were meal prepping last week, and basically what happened was on Saturday I cooked a pork belly, and I cooked the pork belly on the smoker for 4.5, 5 hours. So there was a lot of grease drippings, a lot of that grime just built up over time. And I will say I should have been cleaning out my Traeger. I hadn't cleaned out my Traeger in quite some time. Anyways, fast forward to Sunday. Cooking some chicken thighs. A coworker of mine told me how to cook these chicken thighs. He's like, hey, it's really easy. Just throw them onto the grill when it's cold and turn the grill up to 400 degrees. Let it smoke for an hour. Come out at 25 minutes to flip them, and then you're good to go. So I hadn't cranked up the smoker to 400 degrees in a really long time because I usually cook around 225 to 275, low and slow. So I cranked the guy up to 400. Walked inside, let it alone, let it, stick out there alone. I came back at like minute 20, 25 to flip them. And I noticed, I was like, damn, that's a lot of smoke coming out of there. That's more than I usually see. It's like a lot. And I'm like, maybe I should just peek under the hood to see what's going on. And so I peeked under the hood and I couldn't even see the grill grates. I couldn't see the chicken. It was just engulfed in smoke. And I was like, oh, not good. So I whipped the thing open, folding. As soon as I fully opened the Traeger hood or the lid, all that oxygen just rushed into the Traeger and just caught everything on fire. And there was a massive grease fire going on in the Traeger. And my Traeger is right up next to the corner of our house. And there was an umbrella over my Traeger because it was really hot. And I'm telling you, the flames were like kissing this umbrella that was like touching the roof of my house. For sure thought I was going to catch the umbrella on fire. For sure thought the house was going to go up in flames. So I ripped the umbrella down, like got it off to the floor, and then I had to make like a quick second decision on what to do. So I turned the Traeger off, and then I was like trying to blow the flames out. But thankfully the flames subsided after everything burnt up. And moral of the story is make sure you clean the grease drip tray on your Traeger, or else you're gonna have a grease fire.
Yeah, I mean, my fail was I had no clue that this was happening outside. I was jamming to some music. I was doing my
just chaos
meal prep
outside.
stuff that I was in charge of, and I was just dancing around. And then you came in, but you were like calm, which confused me because you're like, okay, there's some flames, and I'm like, okay, do you need help? You're like, I think I've got it. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I took that. I didn't take that as a nervous, I think I got it. I'm telling myself I've got it. I took that as you got it. So I'm like, all right, cool. Go back to whatever I'm doing. And then, yeah, at the end when you were like, that got pretty sketch. I'm like, oh no, it was that serious.
It was bad.
I mean, I don't really know
it was
what
like what
I've
you see
done,
on,
but
it's like the videos that I watch on YouTube, the YouTube fails. Like if our Ring cameras would have picked up everything, that would have easily gone on a failed YouTube, and people would have been laughing at me.
Well, yeah, I mean, the only downside is like because you put the umbrella down, thankfully, so it wouldn't catch fire, is it kind of blocked the view, so you really can't tell how bad it is. Because I tried to look to see how bad it was, but you can't really tell too much.
It was bad.
But I'm
I'll
glad
let you know it was bad.
I'm glad you let me know after, which is also good because I don't know that I would have made the situation any better. It probably would have stressed you out even more because I probably would have started freaking out. I do know where our fire extinguisher is, so
far away from the Traeger, though.
Yeah, I think we probably need one out there too. Do I know how to use it exactly? Not totally, so I probably should double check on that. But you were able to save the chicken thighs, which was also impressive, and they still actually turned out pretty good.
Yeah, they tasted. They were smoky though.
They were smoky.
There was definitely some smoked flavor on them, more so than I realized, more so than we had before the previous week.
Yeah, they were extra smoked.
Yeah.
Well, for the wins that we have for last week, so we got all of our RSVPs back pretty much on time, which I always think is a huge win because there's the stragglers that you have to follow up with, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So I was excited we got all of that back. I worked on our seating chart. Thankfully, our moms helped with both of our sides. But the seating chart, I will have to say, is kind of harder than you think because you think, oh, I'm just going to throw all my friends at a table. Well, the tables that we have only fit 10, and so you have 26 friends. It's like,
yeah,
okay, obviously, and like, how do you break that up? Is it weird? Do you just make one with 6? Do you try to make them all even? So it was a lot of shuffling around, a little bit harder than I was expecting, but we got it done. And now I'm working on the signage, which has been its own headache, but
well, that's exciting that the tables are set and things are coming along.
Yeah, things are coming along. And then exciting news for our podcast is that I scheduled our first guest for the end of this month.
If you want to be a guest, reach out.
Yeah, or if you have any ideas for guests, would love to have
anyone and everyone on.
I'll shoot my shot. I'll do it. I've done it plenty of times. So I have our first guest scheduled. I have a couple more in talks, but I'm pretty excited. I'm a little bit nervous because obviously we haven't interviewed anyone, and I'm hoping it goes well, but I am excited for it to switch it up a little bit, and hopefully I'm thinking that this guest will also give valuable advice, not just to us, but also to anyone listening. And then I also made it to 78% completion on my yoga teacher training.
We're almost there.
We're almost there right now, and I
feel like the last 20% is just
and it's also far more interesting topics. Once I got through that last anatomy section, which just destroyed me for a while, now it's been interesting stuff like the breath work and the meditation, and now I'm on the chakras, which are your energy centers. So today I just learned about the root chakra. And then I also finally got through editing my first class script. I feel like I edited it a million times, but after that Zoom call that I attended where they said, actually, you have to include this, which was way more than I thought, I had to revise a good chunk of it. So I did it. I emailed it in because they'll give you feedback on one of the scripts. So I'm just kind of waiting on the feedback on that before I continue further so that I can take, whatever they say and make sure I incorporate it moving forward. But I'm excited about that. And I was excited to practice yoga on you pretty soon, but then last night,
yeah, we hit a roadblock last night.
Tweaked your back. Yeah. So that sucks. But hopefully you'll get that figured out. You have a back appointment, which just happened to be on Thursday because you've been having some pre-existing stuff.
But I did just find this YouTube channel that I'm really interested in following some of their stuff. So
like a physical therapy type
No,
thing?
it's like all about lower back stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's looking pretty interesting, not gonna lie. So
cool.
I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, so hopefully you get your back right because we also...
It's called Low Back Ability. Okay. So shout out to this guy's YouTube page, Low Back Ability.
Cool.
Looks like he knows what he's talking about.
That's awesome. Hopefully your back gets fixed pretty soon because we haven't practiced our dance in a while.
I know that. And I want to be able to cut a rug on our wedding night.
You need to be able to cut a rug. You're the main person along with me. The main person.
I'm the main person. Waffles is secondary, and then you.
I mean, true. I mean, I won't argue that Waffles is above me, but I don't know that you're above me. And I guess before we get into our concert that we went to, are we watching anything fun? I know we haven't been able to watch too much TV, but we've been adding in a little bit of the Tires.
Shout out Shane Gillis.
Yeah, really funny. It kind
Super funny comedy.
Kind of is like an Office sort of type vibe of a show, and
Season 1 was like really funny for me the whole time through. Season 2 kind of started off a little slow and then has gotten a lot funnier.
I agree. And there's been some really, really funny episodes in season 2 that I've enjoyed. Yeah. There's an HR episode.
The HR episode.
So I think anybody who's worked in HR or had to do HR tasks.
Yeah.
Or who just has even experienced in HR training or anything like that would find it hilarious because it was great. It was a really, really good episode. And then, so this Saturday, I had been manifesting this for 7 years, since 2018. We went to Cascade's Sunsoaked concert.
Which I just saw that it was like 25,000 people.
Okay, that makes sense why it was super crowded.
Because it was like...
It was packed.
Yeah, it was insanely packed.
I wonder how big the 2018 one was. Because it definitely was not nearly... people. And for sure 2017 had to be like 5,000. Yeah. It was really small, and then 2018 got bigger.
This was massive. Like, this was absolutely massive. There was such a big crowd. It was so crowded. So Cascade's my favorite DJ, and Sunsoaked was one of my absolute favorite concerts that I had been to, seen him. I think because we had the combination in 2018 of, we had 30 plus people, we got a party bus. It was pretty epic. And this year it was down in Huntington. I remember him not doing it for a while because I think there were permitting issues possibly in LA, or the city just made it extra, extra difficult, which, not surprised, it's LA. They make everything difficult. So I don't blame him for moving to Huntington. Of course, for us, like, a little less convenient. Yeah,
the party
Huntington's
bus
deep.
Didn't really work out. We didn't have quite enough people who wanted to invest in a party bus. So that was a little bit of a bummer, because then we kind of arrived in different Ubers, and only us and your friend Bryce got VIP, and the rest of my friends had GA. So that also made it a little difficult. So we got in first. What I wasn't expecting, I think because we've been to concerts, it's been a little bit since we've been to a slightly more festival kind of concert. And obviously it's been a while since we've been to a beach concert, but they had no service. As soon as you walked in, poof, no service.
I think that was just the area, because I mean, we've been to we had service at Tomorrowland.
Right. So yeah. Exactly.
I think that was just the
I think
it
was like the beach.
I think that the pocket
plus
that
so many people. Plus they probably didn't get the extra cell service or something like that in that area set up. So that was a bummer, because we didn't come in with a meeting plan. We just kind of assumed we could text or call everybody. So that added an interesting twist.
Like there was zero service. Like my phone was saying SOS.
Yes, mine said SOS too. And then you get one every maybe hour. You get a text that kind of slid through it, but then you couldn't send the text back, which was really annoying. So we went into VIP. Also, the guy, I had to use the restroom when we first came in. And we asked him where it is, asked him if there's a restroom in VIP. Should have listened to him. Guy working there, he goes, no, you're going to have to use the regular one. So we wait in line, go use the regular one. There definitely was bathrooms in the VIP
and the VIP bathrooms were
way
nicer.
Cleaner, way shorter line. It's like, dang it, we should just
checked. Had a light inside when he closed the door and locked it. Like, it was a legit porta potty.
Yeah, so that was a little bit of a rough start. Definitely still pretty long lines in the VIP to get drinks and water. So after we did that, we chilled for a little bit. We met up with a couple of your other friends. And then I wanted to go find one of my best friends came down from Seattle. I wanted to go meet up with her and so, like the rest of our group. But again, we're really rolling the dice because we don't have a meeting point and we barely have service. Thankfully, Bryce
and Cascade was like coming on at 6:30. And
it was this is like 5:30, 5 or 5:30.
5:30, 5:45, like.
So we're running out of time. So we finally get a text from her girlfriend had a sliver of service, and then Bryce had a sliver of service. So we're just trying to use their two phones. They said, come meet us at this brown tent. Okay, well, there ended up being like 3 brown tents. Yeah. So we go to one, to each other. Look around, obviously try to call her, not going through. Okay, don't see her here. Go to the next one, look around, same thing, don't see her. We're kind of just waiting in the middle of a couple of them. And then they finally text saying, we're going to come to the VIP entrance. And we're like, okay, well, we know where that is, but that's all the way at the other end. So go trek through all the sand. And then we're standing there.
And it's like you're walking on sand. You're not walking on concrete.
You're like getting a workout.
Yeah, you're getting a workout too.
This was also kind of around the hottest time of the day.
Yeah.
So I was already pretty exhausted from walking back and forth in the sand. And then right as you were saying, I'm about to give up. And I was thinking, no, I can't give up. I have to see my best friend. Thankfully, I spotted her. And then right then, you also spotted the rest of our group. So we were able to meet up with them. And then see Cascade, probably stayed with them for half, 2/3 of Cascade.
Yeah, almost the whole thing.
And then as much as I wanted to stay with them, we were like, okay, we did spend money on these VIP tickets, and it is super crowded in GA because there's 25,000 people here. So we went back to VIP. I actually heard from another friend that they ran out of canned drinks in VIP, which is... I mean, that's a rookie plan. Yeah, you can't be running out of canned drinks or water or any of that. So then we listened to that, and as much as I really wanted to hang out with my friends after, we had a friend who was sober and was able to drive us back, and we live pretty far from Huntington, so
it was $100 Uber from here to Long Beach.
And then another $100 from Long Beach to Huntington.
Yeah, and then another $100 Uber
back. So then
like
200. 150 to 200 at least. So we came back, but it was fun. It wasn't quite as fun, and I know I'm greedy, but he only played for an hour and a half, and I was hoping he would play at least for 2 hours because it was his concert. He did have great openers and closers, so that was wonderful. But I love my Cascade, so I just wanted more. But I think he maybe had to leave early, possibly because he has a residency in Vegas and had to go play somewhere else. But still, I wish he could have played for a little bit long because it's just never enough. But thankfully we have our wedding, and hopefully we'll hear a lot of Cascade at our wedding.
Surprise, he's playing.
I wish.
Cascade, if you're hearing this.
Yeah, Cascade,
October 18th. Hit us up. Not Fully Qualified Podcast. We'll give you the deets. I'll make sure you get fed.
Yeah, well, he loves tacos, right?
Yeah.
We just gotta learn with tacos. How would you rank Sunsoaked compared to the other Sunsoaked? You only went to the 2018 one, so
I think the 2018 one was better in my opinion, just because I felt like it was obviously less people and wasn't as crowded.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think the setting was a little bit better for this one that we went to.
Yeah, and it was really nice that he did play during the sunset. I can't remember if he played during the sunset or not in 2018, but that was a cool effect. But yeah, it was way more crowded.
I think music-wise, this was better. I think you had a better set list, if I remember.
I can't remember. I mean, I just remember loving it. Okay. How do you think our love of music and love of going to concerts has influenced our wedding planning, other than having Cascade show up?
I think definitely everyone who's attending that doesn't know us is going to be in for a rude awakening when we're not playing all the classic wedding tunes that you usually hear.
I think we're playing zero.
Twist and shout.
Yeah.
Twist and shout.
Yeah.
Come on, baby, now.
I mean, that is a good song. That is a good song.
Yeah, but I mean, we're not going to be playing like all the classics that you hear at a wedding.
No.
We're not going to be.
Cupid Shuffle, I think, is on our Do Not playlist.
Yeah. Like, we're going to be having a lot of, the later night, we'll have a lot of EDM going on. So
throughout the whole wedding, we're going to have a lot of EDM because basically how EDM is our favorite genre. And so even for the ceremony and the cocktail reception and dinner, I still wanted to have songs that we love. So I just did a super deep dive and found acoustic covers or acoustic versions of our favorite EDM songs. And so that's kind of how the wedding will start. And then it'll slowly build into, the true full blast, full volume EDM songs as the night goes on, with occasional sprinklings of oldies and
just to keep our moms happy.
Just a little bit, yeah, just so the moms don't totally freak out and say they had nothing to dance to. Well, we're keeping it short this week since it is a work night for Taylor. And we will be back next week.
We'll be back with our regular scheduled programming next week.
Yes. So thanks for tuning in to episode 5 of Not Fully Qualified.
You know where to find us, but if you don't, you can find us on YouTube at Not Fully Qualified. You can find us on Instagram at Not Fully Qualified. You can find us on Apple Podcasts as Not Fully Qualified, and Spotify
at Shocker,
Not Fully Qualified. So thanks for tuning in again, and please like, comment, and subscribe because it helps us out, it helps the algorithm out, and it also helps us keep producing these podcasts to bring to you.
Thank you.
And I think we are actually at, let's see, drum roll, it's coming, 12 subscribers.
Whoa,
12.
Double digits, baby.
12 subscribers.
Thank you to our 12 subscribers. We love you.
Thank you.
And we love you as well, so hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.